خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد وكلوا واشربوا ولا تسرفوا. وكلوا واشربوا ولا تسرفوا إنه لا يحب المسرفين. قل من حرم زينة الله التي أخرج لعباده والطيبات من الرزق قل هي للذين آمنوا في الحياة الدنيا قل هي للذين آمنوا في الحياة الدنيا خالصة يوم القيامة كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يعلمون. قل إنما حرم ربي الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن والإثم والبغي بغير الحق وأن تشركوا بالله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون. ولكل أمة أجل فإذا جاء أجلهم لا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون. يا بني آدم إما يأتينكم رسل منكم يقصون عليكم آياتي فمن اتقى وأصلح فلا خوف عليهم ولا يحزنون. آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. معكم إن شاء الله.
أحسنتم، طيب الله أنفاسكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى اللهم على محمد وآل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليكم أيها الأخوة والأخوات ورحمة الله وبركاته. باسمكم نحيي ونشكر سماحة الشيخ حيدر الشيرازي لتلبية الدعوة لهذه الليلة. سماحة الشيخ أبو هدى صار عنده أمر ومسافر إلى سياتل، يرجع بالسلامة إن شاء الله. إخواني، البرنامج اللي دزينا لكم كنتوا شفتوه للأولاد راح يبدأ السبت القادم إن شاء الله الساعة 7 مساء. راح يبدأ هنا مع الملا مصطفى عبد النبي. راح يبدأ، ما أدري شفتوا الإعلانات لو ما شفتوها. الأطفال من عمر 7 إلى 15، وأمور كثيرة إن شاء الله راح يدربهم يعلمهم ويكون عندهم شخصية إن شاء الله للمستقبل بإذن الله تعالى. والآن نحيي سماحة الشيخ حيدر الشيرازي ونحيي بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته المطهرين المنجبين من أعدائهم نتبرأ إلى الله. اللهم كن وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Tonight we'll talk about two issues. One is on Imam Askari alayhi salatu wassalam, and the second upon regarding the wudu, taharat, ayat and riwayat, ma'sumin sallallahu alayhi. We the followers of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, we believe in the concept of imama, which is the strongest point that we have. And today the enemies also are working on creating doubts and destroying this concept of imamat in our minds. Three things, they are the strength of Shias. One is the belief in Imam and Imam Mahdi alayhi salam in particular. Second, it is the aqidah that we have towards Abu Abdullah and Hussein alayhi salam, which is the second strength. And third, it is the concept of marja'iyats that we have. That how in the absence of the Imam, a marja, a mujtahid, he can unite the large followers of the nation of Rasulullah. To break the pride, to break the strength of the Shias, the enemies, they are working on these three fronts. That is, somehow Hussainiyats be tarnished, somehow it be attacked, so that this Arba'in that we have in Iraq, that be derailed, be removed from the track. Likewise, the concept of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam and also the concept of marja'iyats, because these three are the strengths that we have. We believe Imam, he has the ilm, ilmullah, ilmul ladunni, and that knowledge has been given to the Imam by the Almighty Allah. We believe Imams are ma'asum, infallible. They don't commit any sins. They don't do any wrong from the day they are born until they die. So even over there, we don't have the age of bulugh, that after bulugh, they are accountable. No, they are accountable from the day they are born. That is the aqidah, the strong aqidah that we have, which is the backbone of the Shia. Now in Quran, we've got these ayat that we say that they are Ism A'zam. Ism A'zam, it is not a lafz, a not word. It is not a sentence. It is not a symbol. It is a secret between Allah and His envoys and His ambassadors, His prophets. In a hadith, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, he says that Ism A'zam, there are 73 letters, 73 huruf. Then he says 72 out of 73 are with us, the Ahlul Bayt, alayhimus salam. One extra, it's with Allah, tabaraka wa ta'ala. And then Imam, he continues in that hadith, says that Prophet Isa alayhi salam, when you see, he gives life to the dead. He gives sight to the blind. He gives hearing to the deaf. And all those miraculous tasks that Prophet Isa performed during his time, he had access to only 2 harf of Ism A'zam from 73. Says Prophet Musa alayhi salam had access to 4. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had access to 8. And Prophet Nuh had access to 15. Prophet Adam had access to 25. We, the Ahlul Bayt, we, the Imams, have access to 72 out of 73. So when we say that Imam, he has got that ilm, he gets that information. Now I'm sitting over here. Within my heart, I say, Ya Bab al-Hawaij Musa ibn Ja'far. It gets to him instantly, immediately. It is in his inbox. They know what is in me. They know my secrets. They know what is hiding in me. So I don't need to portray or hide something before the Imams. They have that knowledge. Allah has given them that to them. Now we are waiting for Imam al-Asr alayhi salam. When he returns, the knowledge that will flourish on the surface of this earth, it's going to be immense. Now what we have, the knowledge and the sciences today, for example, 2022, if Imam is to come this year, Hadith says that everything, the knowledge is going to multiply in many, many folds. Hadith from Imam says that whatever knowledge is present here on this earth today, it's only 2 portions of the 25 portions that I will bring, that Imam al-Asr will bring when he arrives. So the whole idea and the ideology that we have, it is going towards ilm, towards learning, towards enlightenment, and towards being righteous and right. When we say in Quran says, وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي الزَّبُورِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ أَنَّ الْأَرْضَ يَرِثُهَا عِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ. It is my righteous servants, they will inherit. And when we see the ayat of Quran, we say, Rabbi zidni ilman walhiqni bis salihin. That Allah, you increase in my knowledge, and then you count me and you enlist me among the salihin, among the virtuous, among the noble. So that is the desire that we have, to be among the salihin. Why? Because Aba Salih, his mission is also the same, that he wants to invite us towards ilm, towards learning, towards understanding, towards enlightenment. The announcement that you made for children from next Saturday, that is one of those things, that it's the same mission of Ma'asumeen, that children, they have to come, they have to be connected, they have to be bonded to an Islamic facility. A hadith from Imam Askari alayhi salam, and likewise we have many from other Ma'asumeen. They say that if for 3 weeks children, they are absent, or not even children, even us, if we are away and if we are absent from an Islamic center, you'll fall in the traps of nifaq, hypocrisy. It's that dangerous that we need to be connected to an Islamic facility over here at least once in a week. We have to. There's no other way out. Quran says, La tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. That is that first duty that is binding on you and me, that we have to remain Muslims, we have to die Muslims. That is the command of Prophet Ibrahim. It is that wasiyyat of Rasulullah. It is the wasiyyah of all of the Imams. This massive investment that was invested by Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam, that blood that was invested, all of that was for this purpose. That is, La tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. So we have to get together to learn. And the knowledge that Imams have, it is massive. From Imam Rida alayhi salatu wassalam, Imams, they started educating the people that soon it will be the era of ghaibats. Imam will be away from you. People have to be educated to be connected to the Imam alayhi salam, even in his absence. Now, during the time of Imam Jawad, Imam Hadi, Imam Askari alayhi salam, most of the time of these Imams was spent in the prisons, in very difficult situations. They were not allowed to have any kind of presentation, no leading of prayers, no khutbahs, no sermons, no speeches, nothing whatsoever. Imam Askari is in the prisons most of the time. Now people, they used to write to the Imam, the letters were given to the Imam. Now one of the letters that was sent to Imam Askari, the reporter, he says, كتبت إلى أبي محمد أسأله عن معنى قول رسول الله لأمير المؤمنين عليه السلام من كنت مولاه فهذا علي مولاه. What is the meaning of this hadith? من كنت مولاه. أراد بذلك أن يجعله عالما يعرف به عند الفرقة. Says the reason why Rasulullah says Ali is Mawla is because he wants him to be the pivot, the alam that unites the entire nation of Rasulullah. Arada bidhalika alaman. That is what Rasulullah had intended. This is being interpreted by Imam Askari alayhi salam. And then he says, alam, it means a sign, a flag that unites. And then he says, ala inna hizballah humul ghalibun. That is, when you have someone who's uniting, they are the ones who will be prosperous. Whosoever is with Amirul Mu'mineen, whosoever is with Imam Askari alayhi salam, humul muflihun. They are the ones who are the prosperous. And then he continues and says that Aliyun ma'al haq wal haqqu ma'a Ali yajuru ma'ahu haythama dar. Again, another saying of Rasulullah when he says that Ali is Mawla, Ali is Alam. So wherever Ali is, haq is with Ali, right is with Ali. Rasulullah says that if you find the entire world, now everyone is after likes and followings, and I've got that many followers, and everyone wants to be famous. So that you'll find that sometimes there will be a large following of someone, doesn't mean that he is haq. Amirul Rasulullah says, if you find all of the following going one direction and you see Ali all alone in one direction, be with Ali. Because haq is with Ali all the time, every time, wherever Ali is. Now that is how Imam, he explains this hadith. The second hadith, he says that the second letter says, كتبت إلى أبي محمد أسأله عن الحجة إذا قام بما يقضي وأين مجلس الذي يقضي فيه بين الناس. When Imam arrives, where will be his office? Where will be his residence? That was the question the person is asking. And then he says, كنت أردت أن أسأله عن شيء. And then the person who's writing this letter, he says, I had in mind to ask the Imam لحمر روبا, about some kind of a fever. He says, I had that in my mind to write and ask the Imam. I forgot to write that. Now the letter comes to the Imam with the first question, that Imam al-Asr, when he returns, where will his office be? Where will he be judging from? The second question he had in mind, he did not write. Imam Askari alayhi salam is responding to this letter. Says, سألت عن القائم إذا قام يقضي بين الناس بعلمه كقضاء داود ولا يسأل البينة. That is, Imam al-Asr, when he comes, he will not ask you for plaintiff and judgments and rules and witnesses, nothing. He will judge with ilmullah, just like Prophet Dawood. Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, he used to wait for wahi to be revealed, and he used to judge. Many a times you would see that the person who has brought the shakwa, the complaint, it doesn't add up. It's all totally different. In the books of ahadith, we have a person, a young boy, a person, he comes to Prophet Dawood and says that I had a cow, and this young lad, he killed my cow, and I want the cow from him. Prophet Dawood just heard the story, and now he waits for wahi to be revealed. Wahi is revealed. Wahi says that, tell that man to let that young boy go. Don't go after the cow. He says, this is not fair. It was my cow. He stole it from me. He slaughtered it, and I want my cow back or the money back. He made a lot of noise in the courtroom. Prophet Dawood sat again and waited for Wahi to be revealed. Wahi is revealed all the animals and the livestock that this person who has come be given to that boy who has slaughtered the cow. He started a lot of nuisance and noise in the courtroom. What kind of a judgment is this? My cow was slaughtered. I came with a complaint. Instead of giving me my rights, you want all my livestock, my animals, my wealth to be given to that boy. He says, I don't agree. This is not fair. Again, Wahi is revealed. All the possession of this man who has brought the complaint, all his slaves, his maids, and he himself as a slave be given, transferred to the boy who has slaughtered the cow. He says, what kind of a judgment was this? What kind of a ruling was this? Now this time, Allah instructs Prophet Dawood to bring the young boy and the man who has come with the complaint to a graveyard by a grave. They come, and then Prophet Dawood says, Bi'iznillah, rise. The person in the grave, he gets out of the grave, face all muddy and dusty. And then Prophet Dawood says, tell me what you have to say. Now the man who was buried, he says that I was a sharik, a partner, in business with this man. I owned all this business that I had. He killed me and he usurped everything that I had. And he is my son who has slaughtered the cow. In reality, everything belongs to the son that Allah revealed to Prophet Dawood be given to him. Now here in this letter, Imam al-Askari says that Imam al-Asr, when he returns, he would judge like Prophet Dawood, bi'ilmillah. He will not listen to any witnesses, no. Whatever is given to him is revealed to him. His office will be Masjid Kufa. His house will be Masjid Sahla, like Prophet Idris lived in Masjid Sahla. The office of Amir al-Mu'mineen was Masjid Kufa. The office of Imam al-Asr alayhi salam is also Masjid Kufa. Now, then he says that, then Imam says, وَكُنْتَ أَرَدْتَ أَن تَسْأَلْ لِحُمَى الرُّبَى. You wanted to ask, inquire about that fever. Says, فَاكْتُبْ فِي وَرَقَةٍ وَعَلِّقْهُ عَلَى الْمَحْمُومِ يَا نَارِ كُونِي بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا عَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Now this question, the writer, he had forgotten to write, but Imam says this is what was in your mind. That is, ilmullah given to the Ma'sumin alayhimus salam. So we believe in the concept of imamats, and that is that strong backbone of our aqidah, of the Shias. One of the other questions that he says that جَعِلْتُ فِدَاكَ إِنِّي قَدْ كَبِرْتُ وَضَعِفْتُ وَعَجِزْتُ عَنْ كَثِيرٍ مِمَّا كُنْتُ أَقْوِي عَلَيْهِ. The writer, he writes to Imam Askari, he says, I'm getting old. All that worship, prayers that I used to perform, I cannot do them anymore. So teach me something that I can do and also still continue with my worship pattern. And Imam says, فأجب جعلت فداك أن تعلمني كلاما يقربني بربي ويزيدني فيها وعلما. فكتبت إليه قد بعثت إليك بكتاب فاقرأه وتفهمه. Then Imam in reply he says, فأكثر من ذكر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. That is, with that one sentence, all that worship that you are losing because you're getting old, you can get to that by saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Among the mustahabbat that we have is to say this 7 times in the morning after Fajr prayers, 7 times after Maghrib. So it is a zikr, and at the same time, it's got that benefit that whatever you are losing by not performing, by not worshipping, as a result of getting old, you can get to that. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. No motion, no movement, but it is from Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Now this is the teaching of Ma'soom. So when we are connected to the Imam tells us what to do. Now I was returning from Arba'in last month in this Khutut al-Urduniyya. And the cabin crew, they're all Muslims, men in particular, they are very particular with their salat, with their prayers. Most of them, I've seen in all these years of travel. Many a times I saw them, they were doing the wuzu and then the mas'al al-khuffain, and then they say their prayers in the plane. I was sitting, mine was an aisle seat. And this person next to me on the other side of the aisle, he asked for some wine, and the person who's serving is a Muslim. So they know that wine is haram. Buying, selling, drinking, serving, all that is haram. It's the same understanding that we have in the teachings. They also have the same. Now they want to get a license that what they are doing is fine. So what he did, and which shocked me, that he took the bottle and said, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. He poured and he gave it to him. So that's the license. That is the Islam that Muawiyah has taught. that you just twist everything and then do whatever you want to do. So la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah doesn't mean that we can do whatever we want. No, we have to do what we are told to do. That is ma ataakum ar-rasul fakhuzu wa ma nahakum anhu fantahu. So that is the adab, the teaching that we have from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now the other topic that we have, it is regarding wudu, that is the adab that we observe. Now most of us, we do it and just to refresh our minds and to refresh whatever we are doing. Now when we look into Quran in Surah Nuh, there says that مَا لَكُمْ لَا تَرْجُونَ لِلَّهِ وَقَارًا وَقَدْ خَلَقَكُمْ أَطْوَارًا. Why is it that you don't exalt the Almighty Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala? Allah, He has to be honored. He has to be exalted. One of the ways of exalting and honoring the Almighty Allah is by being in the state of wudu, observing tahara. We want to get connected to the Almighty, and now here in this Wi-Fi era that we are in, we want to have a stable connectivity. We go to a place where the connection is good. We don't want an intimate connection, broken connection. If we also want to get connected to the Almighty Allah, because whatever we do qurbatan in Allah, that taqarrub has to be there. In many of the actions that we do, qasd qurbat is a requirement. It is a mandatory requirement. Without that qasd, the a'mal are also batil. Like for example, when you want to slaughter an animal, the person who is slaughtering must be a Muslim. Or when you want to bury someone, the person who is burying, who is washing, who is shrouding has to be a Muslim. Now, just 2 years ago, we wanted some chairs, and we found someone. He said, "I'm a funeral director. We have chairs we can give you." We bought the chairs from him, and then he said to me that if you have any funerals, just contact me and we can do the washing, packing, and then burial, and we'll bring the bodies to you. I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Robin." I said, "So are you Muslim?" He says, "No, I'm Christian, but I do funeral directors, and there's a mosque here on 72. We pack and wash the bodies for them, and once we do them, we go and deliver the body, they do the prayers, and they give it back to us, we bury." We can't do that. Qasd qurbat, that is the intention of being qurbatan in Allah, can happen, can take place when a person is a Muslim himself. So without being a Muslim, you cannot have that qurbatan in Allah. So in a'mal, in actions, that qasd is required. So we want to be connected to the Almighty Allah. One of the best ways of getting connected is by being in wudu at all times, because wudu was taught to Rasulullah by the Almighty Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Now, for example, in Islam, taharat is first. The first thing, when I say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, that way, a person, he becomes a Muslim, the heart is purified. When the heart is purified, now all that software can be added on to that pure heart, which is an embraced and a Muslim heart, and which is tahir, that is, which is pure now. Now the heart is pure, the body also has to be purified. In all these different occasions, like the hadath asghar, hadath akbar, you need tahara. With that taharat, we get connected to the Almighty Allah Jalla wa Ala. There is a hadith, and it is a hadith al-Qudsi. There the Almighty says that Man ahdatha wa lam yatawadda faqad jafani. Man ahdatha wa tawadda wa lam yusalli rak'atayn faqad jafani. Man ahdatha wa tawadda wa salla rak'atayn wa lam يدعوني فقد جفاني. And after that says that you were not in wuzu, you performed the wuzu, and then you offered a 2-rakat prayer, you raised your hands in dua, and now if Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala does not respond, فَقَدْ جَفَوْتُ. So I am being disloyal by not accepting your dua. وَلَسْتُ بِرَبٍّ جَافٍ. So that is Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. With one taharat, how we can get so close to Allah Jalla wa Ala. لا يكون العبد طاهرا إذا قام بين يدي الجبار عند مناجاته نقيا من الأدناس والنجاسة. So you want to talk to Allah, be in wuzu. In another hadith from Imam Kadhim alayhi salam, he says that if you started a task, if you started a mission and you wanted to gain a result and you did not get to that result of yours, Imam says, blame yourself if you were not in wuzu. So wudu, it is not only for salat, it is not only for tawaf, it is not only to enter a masjid. Wudu for everything. In the morning when you start your day, perform a wudu. If it needs to be renewed, be in wudu after that. Wudu nurun. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. So you want to get connected to the Almighty Allah. The best connectivity can be sought by wudu. And al-wudu, al-wudu nurun ala nur. That is another mustahab that is being observed by being in wudu. Then Imam continues and says that you want to get connected to Allah with wudu مع ما فيه من ذهاب الكسل وطرد النعاس وإيجاد النشاط. That you will be not sluggish, you will not be tired by performing that wudu, you will be in a better state. Whatever our jobs are, we can be in wudu all the time. So that way we are connected to the Almighty, and also being in wudu, it removes the sins and the wrong that we have done. Say if you do a wudu now, so all the wrong that was done before that, it will be removed. You will be occupied in worship, and then all the sins will be removed. Illa al-kaba'ir, only those major sins, they will not be removed. Now, in another hadith, Imam Rida alayhi salam, he says, إِنَّمَا أَمَرَ بِالْوُضُوءِ لِيَكُونَ الْعَبْدُ طَاهِرًا إِذَا قَامَ بَيْنَ يَدَيِ الْجَبَّارِ وَعِنْدَ مُنَاجَاتِهِ إِيَّاهُ مُطِيعًا لَهُ فِيمَا أَمَرَهُ نَقِيًّا مِنَ الْأَدْنَاسِ وَالنَّجَاسَةِ مَعَ مَا فِيهِ مِنْ ذِهَابِ الْكَسَلِ وَطَرْدِ النَّعَاسِ. Now, إِنَّمَا وَجَبَ على الوجه واليدين والرأس والرجلين لأن العبد إذا قام بين يدي الجبار فإنما ينكشف من جوارحه ويطهر ما وجب فيه. So it's only that part of my face, because sometimes people, when they call and they want to ask questions, they say that I've taken a shower, it's more than the water that I need for my wudu. So it's more than that, so I'm more pure. No, it's not like that. That is, you do as you have been told. Hadith says that Rasulullah, when he was in Mi'raj, water, it flew from the right of the Arsh. Allah said to Rasulullah, stretch your hand. He stretched his right hand. He took the water. And then he says that put the water on your face. He washed his face. Again, water flew from the right of the Arsh of the Almighty Allah. He took his left hand and he washed his right hand. That was the command of the Almighty. Now wash your left hand. He washed his left hand. Then says, with that water that is remaining on your hand, you wipe your head and your 2 feet. And then Allah says, teach your nation. This is wudu, that when you want to get connected to the Almighty Allah, be in that state of wudu, and with that you will be connected. وَطَهِّرْ قَلْبَكَ بِالتَّقْوَى وَالْيَقِينِ عِنْدَ طَهَارَةِ جَوَارِحِكَ بِالْمَاءِ. Now, when you look into Quran, in just one ayah, the Almighty Allah, He explained this whole concept of wudu that we have. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِذَا قُمْتُمْ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ. Marafiq, the elbow. Ila doesn't mean two. Ila over here means ma'al marafiq, that is ma'sumin alayhi salam. Rasulullah has taught that you wash your hand ma'al marafiq, and then wamsahu bi ru'usikum wa arjulakum ila al-ka'bayn, and then you wipe your head and your feet. There is no ghusl, there is no washing. So this is when you stick and take the religion from Rasulullah, it is easy and there's nothing too much complicated in it. When you go far away from Ahlul Bayt, that's where all the complications, all the doubts, they rise. So be with the Ahlul Bayt, you will be safe. Now, wudu says, al-wudu miftahus salat. You want to say your prayers, you need wudu. Without wudu, that salat is also batil. Al-wudu nisful iman, half of your iman. At-taharatu min al-iman. So in our Islam, so much of emphasis on taharat, on hygiene, on cleanliness. No nation is like the nation of Rasulullah, with so much of emphasis on tahara, on hygiene, on washing, on keeping clean, and لا يحافظ على الوضوء إلا كل مؤمن. So mu'mineen are the ones who observe this wuzu at all times. So it's the purification of the body, forgiveness of sins, acceptance of du'as. If you want rizq in abundance, be in wudu. If you want a nurani face, be in wudu. If you want tamarkuz, if you want to focus on an issue and you're getting distracted, especially nowadays with all these pop-ups and everything happening around us so much, one of the ways how we can get focused is by being in wudu. So teach our children to be in wudu at all times. If you want to have a long life, again says, Aksir min al-tuhur yazidillah fi umrik. By being in wudu, you'll have a long life. Now the effects that Rasulullah says for this wudu is ummati al-ghurr al-muhajjalun min athar al-wudu yawm al-qiyamah. This will be my nation that will be shining, the luminant nation on the day of judgment. It's because of this wudu that is ghurr al-muhajjalin. Now, man tawadda'a lil-maghrib كان وضوءه ذلك كفارة لما مضى من ذنوبه في نهاره ما خلا الكبائر ومن توضأ لصلاة الصبح كان وضوءه ذلك كفارة لما مضى من ذنوبه في ليلته إلا الكبائر. All these beautiful teachings. If you want to be occupied in worship when you are asleep, be in wudu. Now, one of the teachings that we have says that in the morning when you wake up and when you want to perform your first wudu, now you start the moment when you stretch your hands towards the water is rahmatullah. So you are stretching and extending your hand towards the mercy of Allah, tabarak wa ta'ala. Now when you start your wuzu, here Allama Tabatabai, the author of Tafsir al-Mizan, he says that in this span of 1 or 2 minutes that you will be performing your wudu, repeat Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim 19 times. That is, you put water on your face, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You complete your wuzu and you've done 19 times Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now that is a protection for you for the duration of your day. You'll be safe until you sleep. So all these are beautiful teachings that we have from Rasulullah and the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. قال Rasulullah ذات يوم لإبليس كم أصدقاؤكم من أمتي يا إبليس. Now here Iblis replies, قال الأمير الجائر الغني المتكبر والذي لا يبالي من أين يكتسب وفيما ينفق والعالم الذي صدق الأمير على جوره والتاجر الخائن والمحتكر والزاني وأكل الربا والبخيل والذي لا يبالي من أين يجمع المال. So these are the friends of Iblis. Now Rasulullah says, قال النبي كم أعداؤك من أمتي. Now, قال 16 نفرا أنت يا محمد, the first enemy of mine. إني أبغضك والعالم العامل بالعلم وحامل القرآن إذا عمل بما فيه والمؤذن لله 5 أوقات محب الفقراء والمساكين واليتامى وذو قلب رحيم والمتواضع للحق والشاب نشأ في طاعة الله الذي يصلي بالليل والناس النيام والذي يمسك نفسه عن الحرام والذي ينسح في الله وفي رواية يدعو للإخوان وليس في قلبه شيء والذي أبدا يكون على الوضوء. So one of the enemies of Rasulullah is someone who is always in the state of wudu. Enemies of Iblis is someone who is always in the state of wudu. وحسن الخلق والمصدق بما ضمن الله له والمحسنات المستورات والمستعد للموت وصاحب السخاء. Now sakha is also one of those beautiful qualities only the followers of Ahlul Bayt have it. No one else has it. And we do have a hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen. He says that someone who is blessed with the mahabbat of Amir al-Mu'mineen and the Ahlul Bayt, the A'imma alayhim as-salam, is given 20 qualities, 10 in this world, 10 in the akhirah. One of those qualities that is given to him in this world is as-sakha, being generous, being giving. You don't find this in any other nation. Now, what we see in Iraq in Arba'in is that sakha, as a result of that mahabbat towards the Ahlul Bayt and the A'imma alayhim salam, it is given to them. You don't find that anywhere else on the surface of this earth. So this was a little bit about taharat and wudu that we see in the ayat and riwayat of Ma'sumin, salamullahi alayhim ajma'in. And we ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, and for mu'mineen says, مَثَلُ الْمُؤْمِنِ الْخَاص كَمَثَلِ الْمَاءِ. Ma, Allah says that جَعَلْنَا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. Everything is lively and living due to water. Water is mercy, rahmah. Rasulullah is rahmatun lil alameen. A'imma, all of them, they are rahmatun lil alameen. Fatima bad'atun minni. Yani Rasulullah is rahmatun lil alameen. She is also rahmatun lil alameen. So when we want to get connected to this mercy of Allah, one of the best and the easiest ways to get connected is with taharat, with wudu. And we ask Allah tabarak wa ta'ala to count us all among those who are tahir, among those who are pure, among those who are musalli, and our children to be enlisted among the best of Muslims, we all be enlisted among the best of supporters of Imam al-Asr alayhi salam. Allah hasten in his return. All those who are ill and ailing, Allah grant them shifa. All those who have passed away, forgive them, elevate their ranks. وعجل في فرج مولانا صاحب الزمان.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا مولاي يا أمير المؤمنين. الصلاة والسلام على سيدتي ومولاتي الصديقة الطاهرة الشهيدة المظلومة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين ورحمة الله وبركاته. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا مولاي يا أبا محمد الحسن المجتبى ورحمة الله وبركاته. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك وأناخت برحلك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. الصلاة والسلام عليكم أئمة الهدى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد الجواد وعلي الهادي والحسن العسكري والحجة القائم المهدي صاحب العصر والزمان وشريك القرآن وإمام الإنس والجان عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل الله تعالى مخرجه وظهوره. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ما يجوزك.
Thank you.